New charges are filed against a Georgia teacher being detained in Lycoming County. Today is Wednesday, October 22nd, and this is 570 News on the Go, brought to you in part by NorthCentralPA.com. Increasing clouds, gusty winds, and a high in the upper 50s. New felony charges are filed against a Georgia social studies teacher who's already being detained in Lycoming County on charges involving a local teenager. The Sun-Gazette reports obstruction of justice charges were filed last week against Eric Burton when he twice refused court orders to read statements to be used for voice comparison. Investigators had been granted a search warrant for samples of his recorded voice to compare with audio files recovered from his Snapchat accounts. 45-year-old Burton was arrested last year on charges he allegedly had an online sexual relationship with a 13-year-old Montoursville girl. At the time, he pretended to be a teenager himself. The remains of a missing Center County man have been found. 78-year-old Leon Bowman was last seen in December near his property in Howard. His remains were discovered September 9th by a deputy game warden in a wooded area on Bowman's Curtin Township property. No foul play is suspected. The Sunbury Municipal Authority has voted to remove fluoride from Sunbury's drinking water. The Daily Item reports the vote was 4-3. The decision came despite a plea from a dentist at the Susquehanna River Valley Dental Clinic to keep the fluoride. 2 people are homeless after a kitchen fire at 412 Shadle Road in Lycoming County's Limestone Township Monday. Nippenose Valley Fire Chief Dean Miller told the Sun-Gazette the homeowner had placed the stove in a cleaning cycle and there was an electrical short that set fire to the kitchen. When volunteer firefighters arrived, heavy smoke was pouring from the one-story structure. Damage to the kitchen was termed extensive. North Central PA reports a federal lawsuit has been filed against a Williamsport police officer. Agent Benjamin Heitzman and Lycoming County Juvenile Probation are accused of wrongly arresting a teenager who was detained for nearly a month. The plaintiffs in the lawsuit were Mikai Johnson and his mother, Amber Garrity. In July of 2024, officers responded to shots fired in Newberry and recovered 1 shell. Based solely on a 4-second video, Heitzman wrongly identified the alleged shooter as Johnson. The 17-year-old was sent to a detention facility, even though Heitzman had been informed the person in the video was actually someone else. Lycoming County Judge Ryan Gardner later sharply criticized Heitzman's conduct, and all charges against Johnson were withdrawn. Anyone who's traveled in Williamsport more than likely has come upon Confusion Corner, which is the intersection for 6 streets at the entrance to Brandon Park. At a recent Williamsport School Board meeting, a city resident voiced their concern over the lack of traffic control at the confusing intersection. The parent is suggesting a crossing guard. The Sun-Gazette reports a number of options were discussed among board members, including possible signs and traffic signals, but no action was taken. In the summer, city officials began conversations with PennDOT design engineers about Confusion Corner in order to make it more pedestrian-friendly. And a new bar and restaurant is coming to Lock Haven. This week, council approved the liquor license transfer to the new owner of the former Northwest Bank property on Main Street. The Lock Haven Express reports Parker Everett wants to bring a new concept to the area to include a self-pouring tap system where customers can pour a drink between 1 and 4 ounces and sample the beverages available. The venue will also include a small menu of appetizers and food to sample along with their drinks. Even though council gave the go-ahead, he will still need to get approval from the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board. For the latest in news and events, head on over to NorthCentralPA.com. I'm Liz Brady, and you're up to date with 570 News on the Go.